Okay. Why is that flashing like that? Let's get this all out. Oh, shit. Hey there, Bethel. Really sorry to hear about what's happening with your work and everything. Oh gosh. Just then, it happens randomly. I think it's because of this vestibular disorder thing that I have. I was just sitting here, and for no apparent reason, my ear just went like with this pressure in my right ear, and then it's going like this weird sound. It's almost like if you imagine a big drum and someone goes whack and then it vibrates for a while. It's stopped now. It's stopped. The sound stopped now. All right. I need one minus the announcement. You need one what? Minus the... Okay, we've got a payment from Rocky for a mini. Rocky's up first. Okay, I think Rocky's first. Are you going to send the payment? Okay, no problem. Get it done now, Bethel, and leave your question so that in case you have to go do something or whatever, and I can move straight on and I'll timestamp it if you're not here. If you're wondering, Chris, hello and welcome. Miss Barbie, I think I told you before, Miss Barbie, you and Nina pushed her out one time because she thought it was someone pretending to be her. Question without the detail to the public. Okay, maybe what we should do, Bethel, if you want to make the payment, when I turn this thing off, I'll record it and send you a link so it's unlisted. Okay, I'll do yours offline when I'm finished, okay? And I'll just send you a link so that only you can see it. Would you prefer that? Hey there, Jessica Lane. I don't do freebie questions, but what you can do for yourself, if you've got a poker deck of cards, you can shuffle up cards, right? And you can ask that question or whatever question. And then you pick a number between 5 and 7. And then you take the first, let's say you pick 5, and you pick 5 cards from the top. And then you look at them. And if you've got, like, I've got a king here, so you throw that to one side and you get another card. And then see how I've got 1, 2, 3 black cards, and then I've got 2 red 7s. Now, I know what the meanings of these things are, but literally you've got 3 that say no and 2 that say yes. Okay, so you can do that for yourself for a yes and no if you like. I do with detail, yes and no type questions. You can see there's got, Jessica, you'll see that there's a super chat button there. If you've got $2 and you want to hit that super chat button, you can get your question answered, okay? Okay, so Barbie, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so Bethel, if you want to do your payment now and then send me that when I'm finished, I'll just write it down that you're going to be doing that so I don't forget. Bethel, and I'll just put private. So that way, before I pack everything away, I'll remember to do yours. Okay? All right, so Rocky, you're up first with a mini read, and then we've got nobody at the moment. So what I might do, if there is nobody waiting for a read, instead of turning it off while we're waiting, I'll shuffle these up, put them in 3 piles. So Jessica, if you're still here, and other people that might be interested in this. If I put them in 3 piles, and then I'll say, all right, give me a star sign, and let's say Jessica is Scorpio, and I go, what's happening with Scorpio? And I'll give you the 3 cards. So for anybody that is Scorpio, this is looking pretty damn promising here. Really nice. But I didn't shuffle, I didn't look at anything. So, but yeah, I might do that. But if we do continue, normally I get payments one after the other. I won't be doing that. All right, welcome back, Nina. For those who don't know, Nina is Queen Goddess, Miss Barbie is Bethel, and really Chris is Crystal. Okay, let's get on with it. Rocky wants to know, how will your trip in August go? Okay, let's get the watch started. So this is a mini read. Now, my suggestion, if anybody is sitting there thinking, oh yeah, I might get a reading, or please do it now. I won't stay on very long, and if the payments start jumping in, you'll miss out. You know, if I get 2 or 3 payments, then I'll say readings are finished. All right, Rocky wants to know, how will her trip go in August? How will the trip go in August? There's some kind of reunion vibe coming out in these cards. There's also something to do with a supportive role model, a person that's like, oh, I'll help you with that, or yeah, don't worry, I can support you with all of this. So the King of Hearts at the bottom here is telling me that there's something to do with someone. It could be a romantic kind of feeling, but I'm feeling like that's more like somebody, some kind of supportive role model kind of thing going on. This is the right thing to do. You need to do this thing in August, this trip that you're going on in August. No one's donated at the moment, as far as I can see. Bethel's going to do her donation and have private. So all we've got is Rocky at the moment. So like I said, I'll go and do tarot. I do see that there's a bit of confusion here. This is where just make sure that you've got all your plans in place. If you're traveling on a plane, do you need a passport? Do you need ID? Yeah, so this could tell me that something might get delayed, or it could be some paperwork that wasn't filled out. This all here is a lot of discussion. So make sure whatever this plan is for this trip in August, that you're talking to the right people here, because this could be where somebody told you, we're all going to go to this place, it's going to cost $5 to get in, and then you get there and you find out that you had to pre-book and it doesn't cost $5, it costs $10. You know what I mean? So I feel that this is a bit of confusion about the organisation of why you're going there, how long you're going there for, who's going to pay. But everything gets back on track. We got this making plans. There's something to do with returning to something, or somebody that you know from your past, maybe somebody you went to school with, or somebody who used to live down the road or something. But yeah, it's showing some kind of revisit, which is very pleasant, very, very good. You're traveling by train. Okay, yeah, so make sure that your ticket's paid for, that if you need any kind of insurance on things, or if you need a lock on your bag, or depending on how far you're traveling. I mean, you don't want to fall asleep on a train and wake up and stuff's gone. You know what I mean? All right, so you've got this planning and happiness, and it's like you're not going by yourself, or you're meeting up with somebody. This is really nice energy. What I don't like is this. It's almost like you've got cards representing that what you were expecting you were going to do, and what you're planning you're going to do, where you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep, how long you're going to stay. It's like something is interfering in this traveling, this plan. Normally 5s with diamonds and clubs is all about work. So I don't know, with the job that you're doing right now, Rocky, maybe something comes up with work between now and then and you have to postpone the trip because you're overloaded with work, or something happens where somebody goes off sick and they say, look, I know that you put in to go, but we're short-staffed and we need you here. So it could be something like that. The only other thing that this normally would mean is a relative. It looks like a female relative with an illness that you have to help or something. During this trip, we have some kind of fun and games here and some kind of happiness going on, and looking at new options, looking at different things going on. You're definitely going. But yeah, this is looking good. This is like somebody else with you saying, hey, let's do this, or this pizza place has got the best pizza. You know, it's like some kind of fun and working out what you're going to do. And again, there's some kind of roadblock with it. Everything you're doing has a roadblock for some reason. The outcome is you're quite pleased with everything here. You're feeling quite relaxed and having a good time. But again, you've got this one negative tone here. So everything looks good, but there is a roadblock. The good news, Rocky, is the roadblock thing starts off big and it gets smaller and smaller and smaller. So let's say it was an overload of work. You need to do something about it. Maybe that's why you had this support person that would say, you go, I'll sort this out, okay? If it's something to do with some family member that's not well and they're wanting you to come and help them, and you're saying, look, I've got to go on this trip, it starts off big and it gets less and less, and then it's sort of like it's not a problem, okay? So whatever the hiccup is, it gets sorted out. We'll just do top and bottom of these. It's looking pretty good. Is it a holiday kind of thing, a personal, relaxing, happy kind of thing, more so than anything to do with work or study? Because it looks like it's more to do with having a good time, going places, seeing things. Oh, I thought that was Rhonda had popped in then when I seen that face there. Whoa. Okay, Rocky, we're going to take these top three because they jumped out. Okay, not too bad. It starts off where you're worrying and stressing about the whole trip, but it's not as bad as you think. It's nothing to worry about. We've got the Two of Cups here, so I do feel there's somebody else with you. There's some kind of celebration, get together, holding hands, or just feeling good. Or somebody on the same kind of journey with you. We do have the Star in reverse. Normally the Star is, this is something you've been hoping for, something you've been thinking, this is how it's going to be, this is what's going to look like, this is who's going to be there. Maybe not meeting the expectations of what you first thought. Good, but not as good. We also have a card that, are you going to somebody's wedding or somebody's birthday or something like that? Because this is normally a gathering of people. It can be for a wedding, can be for a birthday, can be, you know, August, so it's not 4th of July. But yeah, this is some kind of gathering here, feeling really supportive, the people around, lots of talking going on, planning to do more. There's also some kind of swift energy coming in at you with the Page of Swords energy there. It can be somebody acting a bit weird. A wedding in the results. No, that wasn't. I'm asking, were you going to somebody's wedding or something? Is that what the trip's about? Like, are you going to somewhere to have, you know, celebration of some kind? You may, when you're on the trip, you may get invited to a wedding while you're there, or not necessarily a wedding. It could be a 30th birthday party or somebody's engagement party or whatever, you know. But that's just showing being invited somewhere and enjoying something. All right. Up next, we don't have any payments, do we? Let me just go and check PayPal. The payment there for Bethel, but she doesn't want her question thing on the public platform, so I was doing that when I go offline. Okay, well, while we're waiting, we'll do who's in the room that's interested. Rocky, stay there. I'm going to shuffle these up, and then I'm going to pull. You did send payment, Chris? You sent payment. It came in. Okay. Okay, so Chris is up next. What's your question, please, Chris? And after Chris, at the moment, there's nobody else made payment, so I'm going to shuffle these and put them into 3. Actually, I might shuffle these, that way I won't use these ones anyway. These are for after, for whatever star signs are asked about. And we're going to pull 2 of these for each star sign, not a question, of people in the room. So if you want to hang around, Rocky, and have 2 of these pulled for your star sign, we'll do that next. Okay, may you know how your second interview with Nicole will go. It's at S Health and it is a remote position. So remote, you work from home and do your work. Okay. All right. Okay. Crystal has had 1 interview with Nicole at S Health. She would like to know the second interview. How will her second interview with Nicole at S Health for this remote position go? It's got like cards that normally represent law or official or even like a public government type place, a hospital. And you said health, so it could be insurance and stuff like that. It's just showing me talking about past experience. So in the first interview, I'm wondering whether you were asked about a particular document or certificate or something, and then in the second interview, they say that, oh, we found that you had experience at blah, 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 or we found that you've got this certificate in something, which is a good thing. You got 8s, 4s. 8s is good because that's about work and money, especially when we're looking at jobs. There may be questions about why something else came to an end, or why, like where you're currently working or whatever, what's going on there or something like that, because I'm just seeing something about a previous job that you don't want, or that you don't work there anymore or something like that. It's nothing bad. It's just some sort of conversation there. This is usually what's against you, like not so much against you, what might be a challenge within the interview, Chris. This is all good. So it's not bad. You do have the 1 black 2, but it turns around into the 3 and the red 2. So the black 2 would be about, 2s are about your commitment. Like, are you able to commit? When can you start? So I'm wondering whether you've mentioned about you're going to be having surgery and everything. They might say, how long's that surgery going to take for you to be, even though you're working remote, they may want you to be able to come in so they see you or hand you some paperwork or whatever, right? So this is their concerns around whether you're able, when you're going to be ready to commit to the job. But this is showing me that no problem. Normally the Jack especially the hearts when we're talking about a job. This is all about working somewhere where you've got a lot of experience from the past. You work well in a team. It looks like you would like this, Nicole, and other people that work there. And this is you dedicated and committed no matter what. Moving forward, I'm going to say they're going to offer you something because you've got the double aces here. Double aces is the contracts, whatever. And this is your commitment, signing contracts. It is sitting here with this black 3 and this black 4. Now, normally that would be them coming to a final decision between you and some other female here. And it also could be if there's 3 people deciding who gets the job, 2 people want you there and 1 person's not too sure whether you're the right fit. Okay, so I do feel there may be a debate about it, but you do have the contracts and everything. You've got the 6s with this is the work to do, the responsibility, and this is you clear sailing where you can do this job no problem. Again, with this 3, meaning that you would get along very well with their company and with their people. Got a lot of work here, a lot of discussions going backwards and forwards about a previous job or why you don't want to work at this particular place anymore or something like that. There is also this 9 at the end here, which normally means are you able to take something on that is very backlogged? So this job may be, they said that they are hiring 2 people for the position. Okay, so there's 3 people. You're one of them and there's another one. So that would mean that black 3 is the 3rd one that doesn't get chosen, right? So it's going to come down to 3. And because you've got the contracts and everything, I'm wondering though whether this position that's up for grabs, somebody who was supposed to be doing things has not completed their work. It's like a job I got years ago where they hired me on the spot, didn't even ask me anything about me, didn't look at my resume, nothing. And the boss came in and said, I want you to sit here. And he went plonk. And he put 2 years worth of banking and stuff in front of me and said that they haven't had anyone doing it. And oh, what a nightmare. And I should have right on the spot asked for a lot more money to do what I had to do. Yeah, so it's like it can be seen 2 ways, Chris. It can be seen that the offer is there, they like you for the position, and you're trying to fit it in, because I do know that you have 1 job or 2 jobs at the moment, which means you're going to be letting go of one if you take this one on. I'm wondering whether it's seen as that there's an overload when you first start, or that it's telling me that where you are right now, the thing that recently happened where that fella that didn't finish his stuff and he piled it onto you and you looked bad because it was his stuff, not yours. I'm wondering if that's what that is when they question why, you know, where do you currently work or whatever, and then they're like, why are you leaving there? And then you decide to say, well, he decided to put all his work on top of me, and, you know, I don't work like that. So it could be seen 2 ways there, because you've got the 2 black 5s coming up. Black 5s are representing that a job that you used to work at, or a job that you were let go from, you know, because the company folded or whatever. So it can mean something that you don't want to do anymore, or something that they don't know about the current job. I didn't put that in your resume. Okay. It may come up. It may be during the conversation in the next meeting. You may say something about it. You know what I mean? Or they might say, have you ever worked with blah, blah, blah? And you go, well, actually, I have done a bit of blah, blah, blah. It's just something to do with a previous job that either, well, I know you weren't fired, But that other job where they were cutting back people, and unfortunately you were one of those people last year. So it could be something to do with that, or it could be something to do with where you are right now, and it's just telling me that this offer is because of that. You know what I mean? You're looking at this because of what happened there. Okay, I'm going to add some more because this is on the wrong timer. All right, I'm going to add another 5. So another 5 from here. All right, let's see. Did anyone pay yet, Nina? I haven't seen anything come up. Crystal and the job interview with Nicole. That just dropped on the table. I like that. Crystal and the job interview with Nicole at S Health. How will everything go in her second interview? Let's have a look. Some of these upside down, some of them not. Okay, now this is something about, as you know, Hierophant it's usually about a marriage, a commitment. You had that coming up with the 2s, which is about concerns around whether you can commit to this job, whether you know, like if you've got surgery coming up and things like that, whether you are able to, you know, are you going to be in hospital for a week? Can you work from the hospital? Will you be on drugs for pain? You know what I mean? Like, so I'm feeling that this might have something to do with, if it was like this would be everything smooth sailing. I'm definitely committed. I can do all of this. The reason I'm saying that possibly about your surgery is I always take 9 of diamonds and 9 of pentacles as surgery. But as you know, in work, this is like discussion around maybe a non-orthodox type of, over here in Australia, we have a thing called superannuation. Every employer has to pay superannuation at, I think it's 11% of, so if your pay is $500 a week, you have to pay me as your employer, I have to pay 11% into your superannuation for when you're 67, okay? So let's say that there's something non-orthodox about their particular benefits that you get in the job. That you might not have access to private health insurance through them, or you might not have, there's something non-orthodox, but it works out well, whatever it is. This is telling me it's upright, it's good. Their different way of doing things is a good plan. This here is, as you know, 4 of Pentacles is where you're holding on. You're holding on to something from the past. You're holding on to concerns about the money not matching your expectations or something like that. Over here we have 10 of Wands in reverse, which I like 10 of Wands in reverse. This is all going to be way too much work. This is telling me, no, I've got this. This is fine. I do feel that this is a type of escape if you get this job, which it does look likely you're going to get this job. You've got the 8 of Pentacles in your outcome field. You've got the 3 of Cups, which celebrating together with the other people getting the job. Looking at your options, good or bad, and 7 of Cups is 7 of Hearts is movement forward into new direction. Now 5 of Wands, as you know, is arguing either within yourself about, can I do this, should I do this or not? 5 of Wands is 5 of Clubs, and your last card in your reading for your poker deck was the 5 of Clubs. So 5 of Clubs, again, to me, is something to do with another job. What it might mean, Chris, is that you get offered the job. There's something that works out very well as far as retirement packages or medical plans or something that comes along with this job. It may be that they're willing to work around you having this surgery on your knee and giving you all the time because they want you there. Whatever it is, it works out well for you. And this Black 5 is probably you saying goodbye to the other job, good riddance, goodbye, because you're going to this. And I'm fingers crossed that that's what that Black 5 means, because usually it'll mean a job from the past that either somebody was fired or somebody, you know, the job closed down or whatever. I'm just going to get something from the middle. From the middle, yeah. So you've got the devil card that I cut on for the results, and then you got this ending card in reverse. So I'm wondering whether this is, you know, like what you've been going through in your current position that you thought was going to be, you know, different to what it's turned out. This would be the pushing the persuasion to keep you there. You know what I mean? And then this is where, if it was like this, I'm done, I'm finished. This is where they delay or they try and offer you something better so that you don't leave. So I think that your reading is showing up that you will be successful, you will do well, but I think it's also trying to show that if you put in resignation with that other job, which I'm assuming that's what you're going to be doing, they're going to go, why? You know, they're going to call you and say, look, you know, what can we do to fix the problem? What's going on? They did it again. It's not on, Chris. It's not fair. It's not on. That's just, you know, well, I'm hoping that that's correct what I'm seeing there. It looks like you've got the position 2 out of 3. Like I said, 2 people, 1 person getting shoved aside. So they're deciding between 3. It looks like it's all going to go well. I've got a strange feeling that that black 5, because it wasn't black spade, if it was 5 of spades, that's it. That job's done. But it was 5 of clubs and 5 of wands, both the same card. And that's where, if you think of the 2s and you're talking about a divorce, 2 of spades with a contract card and everything and a lawyer, that's divorce. 2 of clubs means it's still holding on. So you had 5 of clubs. So 5 of spades would mean the job's done, finished. Don't want to be here anymore. 5 of clubs is it's still there. You've got to finish something up, or they say that you signed a contract saying that you're committed to us for the next 6 months, or like there may be something sticky about your other job to get out of it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. But anyway, congratulations. It looks to me like you're going to do super, and I'm going to be sending that pink bubble directly. Which knee is it? Is it your right knee? I'm going to send it directly to your knee to wrap it with pink light and hopefully give you some kind of relief. So if you feel any kind of pink or warmth or anything, that'll be me sending that to your leg, to your knee. The things we do when we're young that we don't realize once we start to, well, you're not even old. You're only a young chicken, you know. I feel sorry for you when you're going to get to 60 and 70 and everything with these aches and pains and things that, you know, what you're going through, like, wow. And yeah, I remember what you said when you said that they can't do knee replacement until you're 60 or whatever. I remember my husband's mother, and this is going back when my son was a baby and he's 41 this year. They would not do the operation on her. She was bone on bone. And they would not do the operation until she was older. And the reason being is they reckon that back then the original ones that they put in, because she ended up having one, the old technology, one with the new technology, and the one with the old technology never gave her a problem again. The one with the new technology wasn't lasting. But yeah, they did the first one when she was in her mid-50s, but they were wanting her to try and get to 60 or older. And they said that the reason was they didn't expect that the knee would last and she'd have to have it redone. And it becomes complicated. The earlier you get it done, you might have to get it done in 20 years and then you're only a certain age. Yeah, so that's why. But yeah, that made sense to me. Like, why don't they just pull it out and replace it? That's why. Okay, Alyssa has paid now. Okay, so Alyssa, and then we have Chris. So we got Alyssa, I think it was 2 minis, was it? Yeah, too many. Okay, Alyssa, what are we doing for you? How will I go if I were to invest in baby wipes? Baby wipes? That's a strange let me just, before I read about the baby wipes thing, there has been not a lot, but there's been advertisements now and again about them wanting to do away with baby wipes because of them getting into the oceans. Because, as you may or may not know, baby wipes are not to be put down the toilet. And a lot of people, especially if they're out and about or staying at someone's house and they change their baby's bottom. Now, what I always did was when I changed the bottom, if they were wearing disposable nappy, I would literally use the wipe and then I would put it inside the nappy, put that in a bag, tie it up in the bin. But I know people that if they're in a public toilet and the toilet's right there, they would wipe and use it like toilet paper and put it in the toilet and flush it. And I've seen videos of waterways, and they said they want to get where they either make biodegradable ones so that they can be put in the toilet, because people tend to do that, or do away with them altogether. Yeah. Or you want eco-friendly, which would be biodegradable. They'd have to be something that, if they go in the toilet, that they will fall apart. Yeah, biodegradable. I don't know, it's been a long time since which I've had to use baby wipes. My grandbabies have been out of using baby wipes for quite a while. I've actually got some in the car because they're the best thing when you're traveling and, you've got to eat something or you get greasy fingers or whatever. And especially if I've got my grandkids in the car and they've had ice cream and that, and I just get the baby wipes out and clean everything. And yeah, but I've always known to put it in a bag and put it in the bin, luxury wipes. Okay, a makeup remover thing, the same thing. I know that whenever I've bought makeup wipes, they're really not good for your skin because they're basically like using toilet paper or scratchy, or paper towel, unless they're, like you said, luxury, nice and soft and not damaging to the skin. And by the way, I've got a thing shown up on my face, so it's time for capillary zapping again. The lady told me that every 6 to 12 months, I'm probably going to have new ones pop up. I'm unfortunately one of those lucky ladies that gets broken capillaries on the skin. Anyway, here we go. So we're going to look at you investing in either baby wipes or luxury makeup wipes. How would that go for your first one? This is interesting. Okay, Alyssa would like to know. Yeah, I had to have laser. I had 2 on the nose show up and everybody thought I had a big red pimple and all of that, and I finally went and got it done. And while I was there, she said that there was ones on my cheek. I didn't even know they were there, and on my chin. So I'm just going to book in and get 2 sessions on the cheeks and the chin again. I don't think there's anything on the nose now. My nose is bad enough. It's so big. Anyway, I'm going to restart that because I'm talking about other things. Okay. Alyssa wants to know, she's thinking about investing in either making baby wipes or makeup remover wipes and starting her own business and doing that. How will that go? I do know a friend of my daughter. She first started with, those makeup sponges. I love those makeup sponges. And she made her name and she put them out there, and she just sold like a house on fire. I think through Instagram and Facebook, she just had orders coming in. And now I believe she does, she had eyeshadow, lip stuff, all different things. She started with one product, which was the sponge, and then she moved forward. And she was a makeup artist. Okay, Alyssa, let's have a look. Wow. 3, 6, 9, and 2 normally in red is all about pregnancy, birth, baby, success, happiness, right? When we're looking at a business, we're talking about investing in something and starting. Are you going to be doing this with somebody else? You've got double red 3, which literally means you not doing this on your own, getting somebody else with you. Let's say you want to do the makeup wipes and you know some woman that wants to do a makeup sponge thing, right? Used to put your money together, come up with a name, a joint name, but this is literally like you joining with somebody. It could be you just joining with the company where you buy the what's the name and then you start advertising through Instagram and things like that, and yeah, it just kicks off. This is you with your contract and your plan. This is you taking care of all the responsibilities, and this is you having your wishes coming true. Like, whoa, I've never seen this come out for anybody. And if you want to get pregnant and have a baby and get married and everything, you've got all of that in here. This is wonderful. This is amazing. This is probably one of the best things you could do. Wow. Okay, let's see what your challenges might. Oh my God. Oh my God. Double aces. This is contract. This is the plan. And this is you committed to your journey. This is something you're going to be doing, like, wow. Okay. It's going to take you a year. You've got triple aces. The other ace come out, the money ace. Your money is 6 of diamonds followed by the 8 of clubs. This is your work. This is your workload. This is your outlaying. This is what comes in at first. It's going to take you a year. Your final card here is something to do with a legal matter, so be very, very careful with things like what I was originally telling you about pollution, you know, making sure things are biodegradable. Let's say you were going to be selling a body scrub and you decided to, oh, that's where I had my blood test. You decided to make body scrub and you were going to use nuts, you know, like almond nuts or something like that in it, and you forgot to put on it that it contains nuts. Now, the person's not going to eat it. They're going to scrub their body with it, but someone that's got a severe nut allergy, they just touch it and it can kill them, you know. So I feel that this is telling you, make sure that you go to somebody with the business knowledge, the money knowledge. This is all like insurances and things like that. That's the one card that is a damper on everything else. So it's saying as long as you go through the process, but it's telling me that you've got triple aces. If you had 4 aces, which you didn't get, if you had the 4 aces, it would have meant that when you start this, it's just going to go boom straight away. This is telling me that there's going to be a little bit of a hiccup and stuff, a little bit of delay because of maybe some kind of legal thing around it, or maybe if you've got to get a loan. Oh, look what that did. That just ripped my skin off. Oh, my God. Yeah, so, God. Yeah, so just make sure that you know all the rules and regulations around whether it's baby wipes or facial wipes or whatever it is, and that all the warnings are on the labels, because especially if you're going to be starting to sell it through the internet, like let's say Amazon, it could be going to another country, and that other country will have a total different set of rules. like there's things here that we're not allowed that you can do in America. Okay. All right. We'll just do these before we do the second question. What else does she need to see? What else does Alyssa need to see about this possible business plan? Like, congratulations. Wow. Crystal, that's what we needed to see for you, for the baby. I remember we did see it before once. Wow. Oh my God. For all of you guys here watching me that know about tarot cards, Alyssa, you have the Sun, my favorite card in the deck. This is about it growing and learning and flourishing and healing and mending and 5 stars. We have you as coming out as the Empress. The Empress, she's all the queens rolled into one. You're going to be the creator, the designer. You're going to produce items and you're going to be selling and making money. You're going to be sitting high on your throne as the Empress. And guess what? You've got the Ace of Wands. This is the plan, the contract. When did this come to you? Like, I've never heard of anybody talking about making and selling baby watts. I've never heard of it. I just assumed it's something that happens in some big Chinese factory somewhere and a mass production. I do know that, remember when we had all of that toilet roll thing and everybody went crazy about the toilet rolls? I do remember a company here in Australia went into their garage and they got together and they started making these luxury toilet rolls, wrapped, individually wrapped, and they're still selling them now, and they are used in places like 5-star hotels and 5-star day spas, and it all started, I think, in their garage or something, and they come up with this thing, and now, they're the most expensive toilet rolls you can buy. I've never tried them. I won't be buying them, but there's a market for that. There's a market out there. Oh, you started looking at the machines. Okay. I've seen a lot of people are buying these 3D printers and these other things. I don't know what they are, but literally you can make printed coasters and you can make them in 3D, like where they do the layers of the ink stuff or whatever, like almost like a ceramic thing, or you can buy a set of glasses and then you can sit this thing in there and do a design on the glass, and just amazing stuff what people can do. But what I've noticed with a lot of these things is you've got to have the startup money. You've got to have a set plan. You've got to know what you're doing, and then you've got to invest that money to get started. And that's half the problem with a lot of these things. Okay, the second mini, Carlos. Any hidden feelings for you? Ooh, this is a new name. Carlos. Carlos. Alyssa wants to know, what's the feelings from Carlos? Yeah. I seen, I think it was America, machines that people don't even think about. And there was this machine that makes barista coffee. And, like it's a vending machine thing. And you put it in a high traffic place, like outside a doctor's surgery, outside a hospital, outside a supermarket. And you make lots and lots of money. But the machine itself was lots and lots of money. But yeah, there was these, I think it was 10 machines that you wouldn't even realize that are going to make you a lot of money. Too many cards. All right, bottom of the deck, we got some other third party involved in this connection. You wanted to know what this person might feel this person does sort of, they're not too sure about what you think or what you know. This is where somebody thinks, oh, yeah, I think that we're into the same sort of thing. And then they think, oh, I'm not too sure. Now, this could be something to do with a religious belief as well, because sevens can mean something to do with God, angels, spirit, church, all of that sort of thing. Again, we've got 6 and 6 here. So this would be about your family, where you come from. Some things match and some things are total opposite here. What I'm feeling here is this Carlos, whoever he is, let's say that you're a vegetarian and you're afraid of heights. Carlos loves eating steak every day, and he likes jumping out of planes and parachuting. Okay, so I'm feeling like you two are very, very different, apart from being male and female, but you're very, very different. He likes you, but he thinks that you might give a bit of the cold shoulder. The Queen of Diamonds can be somebody that she's attractive, she's hardworking, she's full of ideas, but she could be somebody that you think, oh, she seems a bit off, like she's a bit putting up a wall or whatever. But he thinks that you might be very like family orientated or very structured with what you do. This you've got like a working card here. This is like socializing. The middle of the deck is showing me he is a vegan and he eats really healthy and he's into himself. Okay, so you're very different. You're not a vegan and you don't stick to all the healthy. I better have a good blood test result or I'm going to be pissed. I haven't eaten any rubbish. I've eaten 4 lots of rubbish in 6 months. I've had a cheeseburger and fries. I've had a chicken burger and fries in the first week. Back in February, I had a chicken burger and fries. In March, I had a cheeseburger and fries, a kid's size, this big, ate half of it. On Mother's Day, I had 1 little cake that big and 1 scone. And I've had 2 slices of pizza about a month ago. The rest of the time, I've eaten nuts, seeds, cranberries, grapes, yogurt, eggs, and fish, salad, and vegetables. No bread, no pasta, no rice, no takeaway, no sugar, no pastry, nothing. Anyway, he is here. He's coming up as the love man. There's something to do with 3 here. So I don't know if he thinks you've got somebody else or he's got somebody else. I don't like a third party card sitting next to a king because it could mean that he's got somebody but he looks at you exploring something else. And here is something to do with, normally these cards come up to represent someone with secrets, also about something to do with a separation or divorce. I don't feel he would be good for a long-term relationship at this stage. I feel that it's showing me somebody that if you want to go out and have a good time, and if you want to go to a vegan restaurant and eat something like that, yeah, there's some kind of, that usually represents somebody going through a divorce or they got some work thing going wrong or some contract that's being ripped up. Let's just see what else we get here. Alyssa wants to know, how does this Carlos, does he think about her? Has he got any feelings for her? Is he too into himself? This is usually someone very pushy, very demanding. It's in reverse, so I think he thinks he can have his own way, but not so much. He feels that you've got a bit of a wall up. He tries to get through this wall. He's not too sure. He does have some kind of that he would be really good for you. You do have lovers here, so that's normally where somebody is interested in that way. I'm just checking the time. It's 12 o'clock. I'm going to be finishing up. So Chris, put a stop to all donations now. Chris, I'll do your reading and then I've got to go offline because, like I said, I've got appointment in an hour's time. And I'm 20 minutes away from that appointment at the moment. We've also got this card coming out. I don't know, maybe he sort of explores everything, not just you. I'm not feeling too good about it. If it's somebody you're wanting to maybe go out with and have a good time or something like that, but as far as him being just with you, I'm not seeing it at this point. But he might not be reading the signals from you. You might be putting a wall up and he can't really see that there's anything there. And if he's vegan and he's seen you sitting there eating a hamburger or, fried foods and stuff like that, he'd probably be going, oh, no, that's not good. Oh, you don't send any signals. I just see that, he might be someone to have a nice conversation with and that, but as far as any kind of, I don't know. Oh, you casually, yeah. Well, that's all I'm seeing there. I'm just seeing that it's just, oh, what are you doing on the weekend? Oh, yeah, we're going to go to blah, blah, blah. Oh, that sounds fun, Yeah. Anyway, Chris, what are we looking at for you, or are we doing it offline? Oh. Would you rather I do that offline? Like I'll go offline now and I'll do Bethel's and I'll do yours, Chris, and send you a link? I think because it's a personal matter there, would you rather I do that? Oh, you want me to do it now? Okay, no problem. All right. So Larry's calling. He's driving up and down. I still think he's trying to see if somebody's there, trying to state claim. What's Larry wanting? Why is he calling? What's going on with Larry? What's he feeling, thinking about, Chris? What's going on here? Why is he driving past her home? Why is he calling? Here we go. Well, if he's seen your car out the front or a light on or something like that, he might be thinking, oh, she's at home, I'm going to call, I don't know, your car might be in a lock-up garage. Okay, bottom of the deck, we got the 10 of diamonds. Normally that means to do with property, or it can mean celebrations, or, oh, I've got this thing coming up and I wondered if you want to come. Can be something like that. But anyway, let's have a look. I didn't nominate, but we always have the same cards for him. Now, he's come out with the King and the Queen. You're his wife. He's your husband. So he's come out with that. He's looking at, this card normally represents who's the one responsible for this? Who's the one that should be sorting this out? So it's sort of like, I'm trying to sort something out. So maybe that's why he's calling. He wants to sort something out. I don't know if you're going to like this or not. He's wondering about some kind of reconciliation, some kind of let's sit down, let's talk about this. But in the middle of this, we have G. G is sitting in the middle of, so I do feel that he's trying to look to see if this person's here. And he's also ringing up thinking that you'll pick up the phone and you'll hear him or whatever. What I don't like is this is sitting here, which is literally like, this can represent drinking, it can represent anger, it can represent having a fight. It's sitting right next to G. So I literally feel like he's thinking he wants to talk to you. You're his wife. He wants to come by in case you're outside, and he may want to have some words with this person. He wants to talk plans with you, Chris. This is somebody that wants to say, it's about the movement again. It's about moving to Texas or moving to Oklahoma or moving wherever. So this is usually where somebody wants to sit down and talk about, I thought you were going to move, you know, are you still in your house? You know, like what's going on? You talked all about moving and new job and, you know, and now we're in June. So he may also be wanting to tell you that he's doing that he's going to do it. He's going to do what you suggested and he's going to move. The things going on, this is the first time I've ever seen this come out, Chris, this is where somebody is sitting down calmly. Remember you said the last times you spoke, he spoke very calmly. There was no animosity or anything. It was just quite still. Remember I told you that the spades is normally a lawyer. The 10 of spades is the court. The ace of spades or clubs would be a document, and 2 of spades is divorce. This is the first time I've seen the full sequence. So I feel he wants to have a conversation over dinner or something about what are you two doing about this? What's happening about this? This normally means this is going to happen, but it's sitting in the challenge for him. So his challenge is this, the divorce. He wants to sit down and talk about it. And his challenge is also getting you to meet with him or be with him and sit down and be with each other and talk with each other about that. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to say, let's do it. It's sitting in his fears or his concern or his challenges right now, okay? Moving forward, we've just got him at the top. We got the Ace of Hearts next to him. He's thinking about you with affection. He doesn't know which way to go with things. This is where somebody's not speaking up. They're not saying anything. It could literally be this is you not answering the phone or not calling back or whatever. The black 4 is something that's hidden. The red 4 is something moving forward that's truthful. It's like I want to square something away. I want to have my say. I want to know, what is your plan, Chris? What are we going to do? What's the plan? Because I feel like you're hiding something from me, or I feel like he's hiding something. It's not major though. The outcome is what he's hoping for. He's hoping to invite you to discuss together partnership. But the outcome is showing me all of this. It's like wanting to say, look, I've learned my lesson, you know, can we just sit down? Can we talk? Can we sort this out? This is discussion and talking. My concern is that yeah, it's like you put that offer out there. Let's talk about this. I remember when you called him and he'd say, what do you want? And put the phone down, all of this sort of thing. And now it's like it's gone a full circle. Chris, it's your marriage, it's your decision. It's, I don't know, maybe say, look, you're ringing me. I've seen you outside my home. This is my one-time offer. Meet me at blah, blah, blah. We'll sit down, we'll have a coffee, and tell me what it is. What do you want to say? What do you want to talk? I don't know if he's going to say, yes, let's do it. Let's go back to the court and say, we don't need any more time. It's not going to work. Let's do it. Or he's going to say, I want to do what you proposed before. Is it too late? Can we do it? But I still think that this driving by, he's number one, he's checking to see if you're still there, because you did say that you're going to move and you asked him about moving and all of that when you're trying to. So I feel that's one reason. I think the other reason is you mentioned about G, not who that is, but you mentioned about that. And I think he's literally waiting to see if he sees that person there, waiting to see you two coming out of there, waiting to see that person arriving or knocking on your door. What he's going to do if he does see that, maybe that's something we should look at, if he does actually see you two together or see that person at your front doorstep. I'm surprised he's not camping out and sleeping in his car, hoping to catch this moment or following you. Anyway, let's see what else we get. What's going on with Larry? Why the phone calls all of a sudden and regular phone calls? Why the driving by and having a look? Now, Chris, I've never asked you this, but from him to go to work or to the doctor or wherever he's got to go, is there any reason that he should be coming past where you live? Is there any reason for that at all? Or does he have to turn off a road to get there? Bottom of the deck, what he wants, as you know, the Queen of Pentacles is normally the wife, the long-term committed person. She's very strong. She's very vibrant. She knows what she wants. She takes her time with everything. She's the mother of mothers. She's the good friend. She's the sister. She's the daughter. Anyway, he's got the Chariot in reverse in his challenge area. This is somebody that wants to go on a journey, doesn't know what to do about it, or it's a wrong journey. He doesn't even have to have that go that direction. He's got 5 of Pentacles in reverse. He doesn't want to be left out. This is about being left out. He doesn't want to be left out. He wants to get back in. He's spying. He's analyzing everything. You know what? He might think that when you said you need to respect that I have moved on and I'm currently, I don't know if you said you're in a relationship or you're seeing somebody or whatever, and you told him he needs to pay you that respect. He may be analyzing whether that was actually true. He may think you just told him that to make him go away. And so that's why he's coming around. And so far, he hasn't seen that person there. And I think once one of his third-party slurries said they thought it was him at your place, which means that she was driving past your place. And G doesn't even look anything like him, totally different height and structure. And so she said, I see you were over there. That was last year or something, wasn't it? So he might be thinking that she lied about that. So that's what I'm thinking. That's what's coming to me, that maybe he thinks that you just said that to make this whole thing that's it now. Okay? Unless there's some kind of confirmation that there is somebody, you know. Jeepers creepers. Okay, we also have that he's trying to heal from his brokenhearted about everything, about where everything went, what happened. He's brokenhearted. He's trying to repair. He's trying to disconnect emotionally. He's trying to have this Ace of Cups again. He's also feeling like you're shutting him out. The Six of Pentacles to me is where somebody's giving a little bit but not giving what they want. He's not accepting his outcome. He's not accepting that this is done. It's in reverse. He's not accepting the documents in reverse. His vital card, what does he want? Four of Wands. He wants to communicate with you as husband and wife. I don't know if you're comfortable with it, Chris, but maybe organise, find out when he's available, go with G somewhere so G is nearby. I don't think he's going to do anything, but or go with your cousin and just say, I'll be there with my cousin. She'll go across the road or something while we have a quick talk. But that's my offer. I don't know if you want to do that or something, but I just feel he's trying to find out. Maybe he's starting to think, I've been by her place. I haven't seen any other car there. I haven't seen anybody coming or going. Maybe this is not true. Maybe she's not moved on. Maybe she's still waiting or... Anyway, that's what I'm getting there, Chris. Let's just see what other messages we got for you. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to finish up. Yeah, no, I was thinking that, let's say you say we're going to meet at the donut shop, and you get G to drop you at the donut shop, and he's just around the corner somewhere at a different place waiting for you in case you need to say, I need you to come and get me, or this is getting out of control, or I don't think he would do anything, but it's always good to have some kind of backup when you're not too sure what's going on there. And especially if he turned up and he'd been drinking or something like that, that would be pretty bad. Anyway, I'm going to have to go. I'm just going to give you two of these. What messages for Chris, just to finish off? Got the timing and the lover boy card. Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to pack up and finish. Thank you for everybody who helped out today. Bethel, if you're still there and watching, I'm going to have to go to another part of the club because people, for some reason, are coming down. Oh, that's why they're coming down here. They've got kids. So I'm going to have to find somewhere else in the club, Bethel, and get your thing done, hopefully. If I can't get it done here at the club, Bethel, if you're listening, I'll get it done as soon as I get home. Okay, take care, everyone, and good luck with everything. And yeah, it's just a 15-minute scan, and then I'm thinking we'd get the results by Friday or possibly next week. We have to go back to the doctor. I have to go back to find out the cholesterol. My husband has to go back. I'm pretty sure his sugar is going to be bad, possibly his cholesterol as well. Anyway, take care, everyone, and I'll see everyone maybe tomorrow.